Unfortunately, Iowans get bad news every day.
I'll never forget the day that he was diagnosed.
Sometimes it's an emergency.
Told him, like, you need to call an ambulance, call 911.
And many times it's life-changing.
I didn't know what the future held for me.
But we're focused on the good that sometimes comes after the bad.
We put our heart and soul into it.
Like the big rig dream that came true.
I just want to burst.
The tragedy that led to a baby saved. The abusive relationship that inspired a colorful second chapter. And a diagnosis being used as a teaching moment.
And I know that it's possible to get through really hard days.
Proving bad news can inspire good second chapters. This is Iowa.
KCCI presents a celebration of the people who make our state special. This is Iowa.
Every spring and fall, Iowa farmers pull long hours, planting and harvesting and solving problems along the way. So when a Story County farmer faced the toughest chapter of his life, he didn't stop solving problems.
In a state full of farmers, hard work is not a stranger. It's a lesson.
We'll get going on that ladder.
Passed down through generations that often live on the same gravel road.
We can try picking it up and see what it looks like.
And drive tractors coated with the same shade of green Grandpa used to drive.
We spend all of our whole life and careers working on combines.
Glenn Pope's crew knows that loyalty.
The 18 is sitting right down there.
Because most days, they build John Deere combines. But this combine?
This one has been special.
This one took a full year to build.
We put our heart and soul into it.
A one-of-a-kind model built for a farmer none of them ever met.
Knowing the whole story behind it, it really, really hits home.
Brad Plunkett's mom will tell you her boy was born to farm.
It's just in their blood. They love it.
A love he passed down to his boys, who grew up riding in the cab.
And a pillow, a small pillow he carried in the combine, and I sat on the armrest and usually fell asleep.
Just like their kids did when they hopped in with Grandpa Brad for a ride in his buddy seat.
You shut it off!
During harvest season in Story County.
He always would give them rides at the combine as soon as they came out.
Which is why it hurt so much that that's where he was when they all found out.
It just happened really fast.
Yeah, I mean, I'll never forget the day that he was diagnosed. I mean, he was in a tractor and he was running the planter and he hit a fence post. And he called me and he said, "You got to come out to the field. I hit a post. I don't feel right."
Yeah, glioblastoma.
A brain tumor at 55. Radiation and chemo suddenly made farming dangerous.
One of the things that he struggled with was balance.
So therapists at On With Life in Ankeny tried to help by fueling his passion.
When they found out he was a farmer, they said, hey, let's take him out to the tractor and do some therapy out there.
The tractor is about a 1950s tractor, and it definitely doesn't, I mean, it's not like the tractors of today, so he was relatively disappointed.
Because he couldn't practice the climbing he needed to return to his cab. Farmers are problem solvers. So he told his therapist,
"You got to have some combine steps on your property." And I said, okay. And he basically said that he was going to donate a half a truckload of corn so we can figure out how to get combine steps here.
Brad even sketched out his idea on scrap paper. A few months before, he died. And a year before, that team from John Deere got wind of Brad's dream. Assembly lines are not designed for one-of-a-kind models. So for a year, John Deere's Quad City team brainstormed, drew up plans, and welded, and tested, and painted.
They worked on this project during their spare time, but also on work time as well. And really, this thing just blossomed.
Until just a few weeks before this year's planting season.
Yeah, that's how it started.
That's awesome.
Isn't it cool?
Brad's now even bigger family got word.
Are you ready to go see Grandpa Brad's tractor?
His dream came true.
Do you see it?
4 generations of Brad's families have shared a lot of tears the last few years.
You had lots of pictures with him in the combine and tractor.
Seeing his grandkids.
Oh, there goes Nash.
He's getting on your way.
Go for it.
Climb onto the equipment he inspired, triggered even more.
Yep. Tear came to my eye. I mean, it's, yeah, he just, He's making a difference even when he's not here.
How special.
Wave at Gigi.
Because this one-of-a-kind setup has a tractor cab just like Brad's, right down to the steering wheel and throttle.
You've got the monitor in there and everything.
Attached to a full-size combine cab, perched 7 feet off the ground.
Are you combining the corn or the beans?
The corn.
So injured farmers can practice climbing in with special add-ons.
Normally you don't have a door on the right side of the tractor or the combine.
So therapists can help from both sides.
John Deere just gave this to them, and the employees even gave their time. Isn't that neat?
It's not cheap.
But it's also not lost on them, who got to test out Brad's buddy seats first.
Probably the hardest thing that since he's gone is that they don't get a jump in the tractor with Grandpa.
I just want to burst. I just feel real proud because I know how happy it would make him.
To see Iowans relearning to climb stairs.
Okay, you're coming with me, right?
Nope, you're on your own.
On the equipment inspired by a farmer fighting cancer who said, let's solve this problem.
Seeing a dream come true is pretty cool.
Knowing how many lives will be impacted in a positive way for hopefully years and years to come.
Right here. It has his name on it. Yeah, it's above and beyond, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. I just feel like Brad was engineering the whole project from heaven.
1, 2, 3, say Grandpa Brad.
Grandpa Brad!
Not every next chapter is green.
Purple's out of here, brown, brown, brown.
We're headed to the kitchen for an unconventional recipe helping kids coping with the worst. We're also heading to school for an adorable lesson in empathy.
It makes us better when we're sad.
But first, we're stopping at the NICU for a minuscule bundle
I said that is a small baby.
and the rest of the story behind her surprise arrival. Second chapters after life's tough ones. This is Iowa.
I didn't know what to do, but I knew I was in pain.
At 28 weeks pregnant, Jessica Gaudian was resting at home and suddenly realized something was wrong.
I crawled into the bathroom and I couldn't speak, I couldn't talk. I just kept yelling for him and told him, like, you need to call an ambulance.
Westcom 911, what is the address of the emergency?
Within seconds, her husband Alex was on the phone.
My wife is pregnant and I think she's having the baby right now.
Calm in a moment of sheer panic, he tells the dispatcher his daughter is born.
You're okay, you're okay. The baby's on the floor.
The baby's on the floor?
I laid on the floor, my water broke, and as soon as my water broke, it was 4 pushes and I was holding her head.
With 2 parents in shock, the dispatcher walks them through what to do next.
Gently wipe off the baby's mouth and nose. Dry the baby off with a clean towel or a cloth. Then wrap the baby in another clean, dry towel, okay?
And minutes later, West Des Moines EMS arrives.
I said that is a small baby. Very small.
Lieutenant Jordan Van Scoy had never had a 2-pound patient before until he met Clara Elizabeth.
With baby being so small, we were kind of worried about one, like kind of her lung development, and then also making sure she stays pretty warm because at that age they're not able to kind of regulate their temperature as well.
Whisking her into the ambulance, there was no time to waste.
He was just like, bye, Mama, and at that moment I was like, okay, it doesn't matter what happens from here on out because she's safe, and it was just like this calming presence watching him walk away.
The moment that he grabbed her and wrapped her up in this very quick, smooth motion, and he turned and we made eye contact, and I just stopped talking, stopped walking, and I think I said thank you, I don't know, and then just kind of watched this superhero walk out with my daughter.
A superhero transporting baby Clara in the fastest and safest way possible.
This is what we used to secure her on the way down to Mercy.
Once they arrived at the hospital, the NICU staff was ready.
It felt really good. Especially, we pulled in, the back doors opened, and the whole NICU team was right here.
Thanks to so many heroes, Clara is doing well.
She's already got a personality, and I think it's a lot like Mama.
Jessica finally got to hold her baby at 1 week old, and Clara is getting stronger every day and is now almost 6 weeks old.
So many emotions, I can't even put them in words yet. I'm just so thankful that it worked out, because it could have been a completely different story for us.
A big part of that success story is one paramedic with a passion for kids.
I love advocating for them, bringing in training, equipment. They're my favorite population of patients.
Van Scoy is the pediatric emergency care coordinator for the department, an important job he took on after a tragic call that changed his life.
One particular 6-year-old that kind of entered my life and made an impression on me back in 2016.
Van Scoy wears a bracelet with tiny dinosaurs in memory of 6-year-old Wyatt Griffiths. Wyatt died after a car crash on I-235. Van Scoy has now dedicated his life to saving children in honor of the child he desperately tried to save.
Still think of him every day.
With that grief comes moments of hope, like reuniting with Clara's parents days after her emergency birth.
Not every day we get those kind of outcomes, so those are the outcomes that make us keep coming back.
Unsung heroes this family will treasure forever.
That literally saved my daughter's life, and I will never forget that.
That was Laura Terrell. Next, Jody Long's unwrapping a passion project rooted in the pain of the past, but focused on the future.
You can come out of it a better person, a better human.
Helping others add color to their darkest days. This is Iowa.
I'm gonna stick them in the oven.
Katie Kenny isn't much of a baker. But over the last several weeks, she's found joy in the kitchen. The recipe she's following calls for only one ingredient.
Glow in the dark. I didn't even know they made this.
I got it.
Crayons. Hundreds of them.
Like that, I count as like one.
The Waukee mom made a post on Facebook with a unique request.
I said, does anyone have broken crayons or crayons that they're not utilizing anymore?
It turns out art teachers at nearby elementary schools had bins full of well-loved wax.
It's just been insane. It's been insane. And we have just bags and bags of crayons that we still need to go through. Purple's out of here, brown, brown, brown.
Every shade of pink and every hue of blue donated.
Put in that
A little red, why is it so tiny?
Because it's broken.
Flaws and all, to be stripped.
So put the things here, wrappers there.
Sorted. And pieced back together, which is fitting, considering where they're headed next.
You may be broken when you're going through something that's hard, something that's traumatic, but on the other side, you can come out of it a better person, a better human.
If that sounds personal, it is.
So even though you may be broken, you still can color.
In college, she was in an abusive dating relationship. She got out, got help, and found her self-worth again.
When you're going through something hard like that, it can tear you down. So I've always really flipped the things that have happened in my life into more of a positive.
Because Katie is learning it takes time to perfect a recipe, and it can be a bit of a messy process.
Oh no, the red's spilling over into the other one.
But she's convinced it's worth it to create something beautiful.
So it's a constant asking of the community to come forward and find ways to support children experiencing trauma.
At the Crisis Intervention and Advocacy Center in Dallas County, victim advocates know coloring is therapeutic for kids working through life's toughest circumstances. And those colors have seen better days.
We get really creative. Sometimes there's markers that don't run anymore.
Katie's second chance crayons give hurting kids a chance to heal.
Hi, Katie. Are these the crayons?
They are, yes.
Thank you so much. They need just expressive ways to get out the trauma they're experiencing and to see what it is that they need.
Whether their stories are dark,
that's so cute,
or bright.
Come here. Let's come sort these ones over here.
So the mom who doesn't spend much time in the kitchen is actually looking forward to breaking it in.
Those ones look awesome. I'm excited about those.
Because Katie knows broken crayons can still create something beautiful if they're given a second chance.
Taking that situation that I went through and making it something positive and something that can impact other kids or other families that are going through similar situations, and people still have worth, they have value.
You want positive?
Hi, Dolly. How are ya?
Good.
These kids are positive.
She's just the best principal.
Their advocate in the hallways is preaching empathy,
We're all in this together.
even though her news is painful, and everyone knows it.
She said sometimes she has days where she doesn't want to get out of bed.
We've still got a big dose of love in those hallways.
Good job, Ben.
We're going to lunch.
All right.
When our focus on the good that comes after the bad continues. This is Iowa.
Schools across Iowa are filled with lessons on math, reading, and writing. But one Iowa educator is making sure students learn some of the best life lessons of all in empathy and perseverance.
Oh my goodness! What's for lunch today?
It's lunchtime at Peyton Jourdan as kindergartners gobble up mashed potatoes.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Giggles erupt over messes.
It went all over, didn't it?
And Principal Annie Smith swoops in.
Did you get all wiped off then? How about when we're finished eating today, we can wipe that off, okay?
Yeah.
Her laughter fills the room,
Good job, pal.
making every kiddo feel at ease.
She makes us better when we're sad. She's just the best principal.
As principal, her day never ends,
It's just that revolving door, a lot of problem solving.
nor does her love for every student.
Hi, Dolly. How are ya?
Good.
How was your break?
Good.
Good. You have a good one?
Getting in countless hugs and steps a day,
A lot.
she makes sure everybody is where they need to be.
Do you guys have your current event done?
I'm working.
Okay, keep working.
When people hear Peyton Jourdan, they think family, like we are just one big family, and that's because of her.
Less than 200 students, K through 12, make up the district.
I'll be at Walmart buying, yeah, you guys come on through. At Walmart buying something, they'll say, oh, for your kids, how many do you have? And I'll say, oh, I have 187 or whatever it is at that time. So good job, you guys. Good job. Good job, pal.
Smith's devotion to her kids is clear by the many hats she wears.
She's not afraid to answer the phone. She's not afraid to, come and help me if she hears we're struggling out here.
From manning the front desk to reffing games.
I'm like, why is Annie in a roughing outfit? And the girl sitting, our secretary was like, oh, we couldn't get a referee. So here Annie is reffing, so that's like 2 hours of running up and down the court reffing a game.
Did you have cheerleading? Did you guys have cheerleading this weekend?
No.
No cheer competition?
When you see her boundless energy, you would never know the personal struggle Principal Smith deals with every single day.
I had a few just off things in 2010, 2011.
Tingling, numbness, and pain led Smith to a neurologist and a diagnosis that changed her life.
It was confirmed that I had the markings of multiple sclerosis.
An autoimmune disorder where the body attacks itself by mistake.
I was very down, very sad. I didn't know what the future held for me.
The mother of four, stunned with this life-altering news, says one decision changed her life.
You know what? You have MS, but MS does not have you, and you're not going to let it control you. And I kind of made a decision on that certain day and have not looked back since.
With a goal to hike every national park, Smith lives life to the fullest, even on her hard days.
I think it's one thing to tell a child things might not always be easy, but you can do hard things, and to actually live that's what she does.
We're all in this together.
Not only does she show up, but Principal Smith has made it her mission to educate.
No one can catch it. It's just something going on inside her body. And they think the good germs are the bad germs.
Her openness about her disease is eye-opening for students.
She said sometimes she has like days where she doesn't want to get out of bed, but she still does, and sometimes they have to help her brush her teeth and stuff.
Just being able to actually show them that there are days where I'm not having a good day either, or there are days where it's really hard for me to physically get out of bed, but I get up and I do that, and not because I want a medal or anything like that, but I do that because I just want them to know that we have good days and we have bad days, and we have to persevere through them, and that we all can do hard things, and then when we do those hard things, we do feel better about ourselves.
And that message is sticking.
It helps me a lot because then I know that it's possible to get through really hard days.
Never let them get in your way.
You don't have to be sad. You could still just have a good day and a good life.
Always have confidence in yourself and to always believe.
Because inside these walls, love and empathy are taught first.
The compassion and the love that she shows to the kids in the relationship that she builds with them is I think, really amazing.
I know that every teacher in this building looks after my kids, and then I know Annie looks after me, and even on her worst day, she still does that, so.
You guys getting done? Did you get done?
Yeah.
Good job, Ben.
A principal who is also a walking example that not all days are good, but there is good in every day.
We're all given challenges, and every day is a challenge, but we have got to understand that we're strong enough to meet those challenges.
From lessons in perseverance to second chance crayons, baby saves, and farmer-inspired therapy, there's proof that life's bad news can lead to good second chances. I'm Eric Hansen. This is Iowa.